how do I fight the sweets and carb cravings around my monthly? They get pretty intense. I hear you. So there's a couple things that I do. Number one is I have some really, really dark chocolate in the house. So I'm talking like 88% dark chocolate. And I allow myself to have some. Yep. Chocolate is full of antioxidants. What else is in there? I mean, there's a lot of
There is just a ton of good stuff in dark chocolate. It's one of the world's like true superfoods, right? But you really have to get to something really dark. We eat a brand called, is it Endangered Species?
I believe so. The 88%.
Yeah, 88% Endangered Species brand dark chocolate is like our favorite. And we've tried like Lindt and
we've tried a lot.
Ghirardelli and things like that are well-known brands that have dark chocolates. They're just not as good.
Yeah.
There's another brand like XOXOXO.
Are you hungry for chocolate?
No, I just know the brands.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty good too.
Yeah. So the other thing is to have a keto version of the foods you know you're going to crave already in the house. So if that's a cupcake, then have a few keto cupcakes in the house and allow yourself to have them. So essentially you're creating an emergency plan, right? You're creating a plan ahead of time. Chaffles are a great thing to make and freeze. You know, just whatever it is that you're craving, whatever it is that you know you're really going to want, have that prepared. And that's a tip for anybody dealing with cravings, you know, because we all have those days where we're just hungrier.
I do, yeah.
But, you know, in the female cycle, when we're menstruating, we are burning a few hundred extra calories during that time. So kind of give yourself a break. Now, I actually started keto because I was diagnosed with endometriosis. And I noticed the longer I'm on keto, the better my symptoms become. My symptoms become less and less, to the point that sometimes I'm surprised by my menstrual cycle, which never happened before. Like, I knew a solid week before it started that it was coming because I was so symptomatic for about 14 days a month. So
it was awesome.
and moody. So just kind of, you know, use a tracker and put a reminder in your calendar 7 to 10 days before your cycle's going to start so that you can carve out some time to make some of these things and put them in your freezer so that when the time comes and you're like, you know, you just want to rest, you want to sleep. Like I'll sleep 9 or 10 hours a night for a couple nights. You're prepared for the cravings so that you don't go off. Because I find that going off and eating carbs actually brings my symptoms back more.
Yeah.
Especially if I do it.
Giving in makes it worse.
Giving in makes it worse. So think about that. Well, it's kind of the same thing when you get sick. Like if I get the flu or I have a virus, you feel terrible. You kind of tend to crave carbohydrates. But I tell myself, no, eating that's just going to, like the sugar, the carbohydrates is just going to feed whatever it is that I'm fighting off. It's going to make it worse. It's going to make it last longer. Yeah. So kind of try to use that psychology on yourself to convince yourself to stick with it. You know, maybe you need to go get a mani-pedi as a reward or buy a new outfit. Yeah. You know, don't be afraid to do some non-food reward just to get you through it.